Śrī Guru Caraṇa-Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadmam Bandhamoye Savadhana Mate Jaharam Prasadem Bhaya Bhavatoriya Jaham Krishna Prapti Hoi Jaham Hoite. So Krishna Prapti happens where there is Guru-Caraṇa-Padma. When the Guru-Caraṇa-Padma becomes our life and soul, when the Guru-Caraṇa-Padma is our very free will, then Krishna Prapti happens. Krishna Prapti happens when there is no duality and moha. That happens when the Guru-Caraṇa-Padma is all in all. There is no separate free will. The free will of Guru and Krishna is mine. Then Krishna Prapti happens. Not just because I sit and I want to think of Krishna. Sahajiyās, Prakrita sahajiyās, they are also thinking of Krishna. I am with Krishna. I am thinking of Krishna. Are they getting Krishna? Are they becoming vimukta from dvandva and moha? No, they are thinking they are Krishna. That's why they still have sense gratification going on. What kind of thinking can go on when there is still tendency for sense gratification? This enjoying tendency. Only when this enjoying tendency is curtailed, only when this controllership tendency is curtailed, only when this lording over on the matter is gone, that's when the Krishna Prapti happens. When will all this, the bhokta tendency, the bhokta, I am the bhokta, I am the bharta, that's what a jīva is thinking. If the jīva is thinking, I am the bhokta, I am the bharta, I am the enjoyer, and I am the proprietor, and then start thinking of Bhagavan, what thinking of Bhagavan can this bewildered jīva do? Where is this thinking going on? Krishna Prapti happens when there is Guru-Caraṇa-Padma is accepted. When the free will is submitted to Krishna. When I say, no Krishna, I am not the bhokta. I am not the bharta. You are the one. When these things are handed over to Guru, who is the personification of mercy of Bhagavan himself, coming as Acharya Bhagavan. When the jiva is giving away this tendency, when it gets rid of this tendency, that's when Krishna Prapti happens. Otherwise, jiva can enjoy everything around, enjoy the best of the food, get caught up in the sense gratification and then think, I am thinking about Bhagavan. I'm thinking of the leelas of Bhagavan. What kind of thinking is that? So it's not so much about whether you are thinking, if you are thinking of Bhagavan or not. It's so much about is your enjoying tendency gone? Is there servitude first? When there is servitude, then swayam eva spuratyata. Bhagavan is there. Swayam eva spuratyata happens when there is servitude to Bhagavan. And that servitude to Bhagavan comes when there is submission to Śrī Guru, who is showing us how to serve Bhagavan. Without that, how can Krishna Prapti happen? I might be sitting and thinking lives and lifetime. One side sense gratification and other side thinking of Krishna. How will Krishna Prapti happen? So only when there is Guru Charana, then there is Krishna Prapti. चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्म जन्म प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशा जाते वेद गाया हर चरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आधाम जनार बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवाना प्रभु कोरोदय देह मोरे पादा चयम ए बिजाशु त्रिभुवाना श्रील प्रभुपाद पतित पावाना गुरुदेव होइलो शरणा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा श्रील प्रभुपादम जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. All the Vaishnavas are like desire fulfilling trees. They are dear to Bhagavan, bowing down to all the Vaishnavas and taking the dust from the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas, smearing on the head and dancing in joy. Vaishnavera pada dhuli, tahe mora snana keli, tarpan mora Vaishnavera nama, dhana mora nityananda, pati mora gaura chandra, prana mora yugala kishoram. When there is Nityananda Ram, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Priyajana, then there is Shri Shri Bhakti to Shri Shri Radha and Krishna, free from dvandva and moha. Vrindaye Tulasi Devyaye Priyaye Kesavasya Cham Krishna Bhakti Pradi Devi Satyavate Namo Namaha. The groves of Vrindavana, the land of divine love. When there is prapti of a Gaura Priyajana, that Gaura Priyajana brings us to the groves of Vrindavana. Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaham Radha Krishna Seva Pavam E Abhilashi Eto Mara Sharanaloi Taravancha Purna Hoi Kripa Kori Koro Tare Vrindavana Vasi Moraye Abhilash Vilas Kunja Diovas Nayane Haribo Sadam Yugala Ruparasi Aini Vedana Dharo Sakiranugata Koro Sevadi Karo Diyom Koro Nichadasim Dina Krishna Dase Hoi Eyena Mora Hoi Shri Radha Govinda Prema Sadayena Bhasim. Sakiranugatya Seva happens when there is great attachment to a Raga Bhakta who has great attachment to the Lord. This Raga Bhakta is following the footsteps of a Ragatmitika. So when I am in the shelter of this great Raga Bhakta, Raga to the Nama, in this age of Kali Yuga, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, Raga Bhakti is when there is Raga to the Nama reveals Rupa Guna Leela. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur said that too. When there is great Raga to Nama, which completely purifies us from the tendency of bhokta, tendency of bharta. When that dvandva moha nirmukta happens, then Raga to the Nama happens. Then this very same Nama, Name prasputita hoye Rupa Guna Karma. That is how the Rupa Guna Karma of Bhagavan is revealed. When there is great Raga to Nama, which is free of, and the raga making us free of delusion. Only when there is, we can't get rid of this delusion. The nama is so great, nama has to get rid of our delusion. And the great attachment to the nama happens when there is attachment to the giver of the nama to that Bhagavata. This Bhagavata is free of delusion. So, with the raga for this Bhagavata and the raga to the nama that this Bhagavata is giving, that's how raga bhakti comes. That's how Sakiranagati Seva comes. It doesn't come just because I imagine, sit and imagine that I'm with a Saki. Here, one side, I have great tendency to enjoy everything here in the material world. And the other side, I start thinking, I'm with a Raga Bhakti. It doesn't work that way. Raga Bhakti comes when we are completely purified by the Nama. Then the Rupa Guna Leela of Bhagavan are right there in the Nama. No artificial attempt is needed. They are Name prasputita hoye.